Welcome to geometry class. Today we will start with the last topic of our unit 1, that is exploring angle pairs. Please open your class notebook and split your screen into two halves. On one side, on one half you should have your exploring angle pair video playing, and on the other hand you should have your class notebook open so that you can write down the information or highlight the important words in the notes. Most of the information has already been filled up for you. You have to fill up the key points and draw the examples out there. Now, number one, these are the very four topic deals with the special type of angles which will be very important for the rest of the semester. So today we will start with adjacent angles. What are adjacent angles? The word adjacent means next to. That means that is a very next angle to each other. For an example, an angle here, let's draw an angle like this. One second, let me get the highlighter out there. If we look at, we can see that there are two angles being formed, angle 1 and angle 2. Both the angles have one common side. Both the angles have one common side. Let me highlight it with the red color so that you can see they have one common side and one common vertex. Both of them are in different directions. They do not have any common interior points. They have a common side and a common vertex. That means the two angles are joined with each other by what? One common side. That is highlighted in red. Let's draw the other example. We can see that we have angle 3 and angle 4, which is, let's use the highlighter here. This is your angle 3 and this is your angle 4. Both the angles share one common side. When to know which is the share or the common side for an angle, you can see where we have both the colors on any side of the angle. So the line which has both the blue and the purple color on it is the common side. So this is an example of adjacent angles. The angles which have one common side and one vertex, which is common, then they are called adjacent angles. Now, let's come to the another very important angles for this semester is linear pair angles. What are our linear pair angles? They are also one type of adjacent angles. It is one type of adjacent angles who have one common side. That means if they are adjacent angles, they will have one common side, but their opposite non-common side will form opposite rays. Let me simplify this for you. That means their non-common side will form a line. Let's look at here. We have two angles here. We can clearly see we have angle 3 and we have angle 4. We have angle 3, we have angle 4. Do we see any line where we have both the colors on it? Yes, we have a line. Let's highlight that line in blue. This is the side which will form, this is a side which is common to both the angle 3 and 4. What about their sides in green and yellow? They are forming a line. For you to identify a linear pair every time, remember it should have a straight line. And then the angle can be divided. It's like maybe the linear pair looks like this. Or maybe a linear pair can look like this. It can be anywhere, but you should have that baseline up there. Now, we are talking about the next pair of angles. These are called vertical angles. These are called vertical angles, which are formed by intersection of two lines, which is vertical angles are formed by intersection of two lines. So this is our one line in yellow, another one in green. Let me erase it. I got both the yellow ones. Why is it? Yeah, it's erased. I get different colors here. So one is in the blue here. One line is in the blue. Another line is in the purple color. When two lines will intersect, they will intersect on only one point. That's what our segment, that was our postulate 1-1. Now we are saying we will see four angles being formed. Where are those four angles? Let's look at them. Angle 1. We have angle 1. This is one angle. We have angle 2. We have angle 3. And we have angle 4. All these four angles are vertically opposite angles, vertical angles, but they are formed vertical angles. But which are the vertical angles in it? We have two lines which are intersect, and we have vertical angles formed. What are the vertical angles here? Angle 1 and 2 in the red. The left and the right are vertical angles. Angle 3 and angle 4, the top and the bottom, are your vertical angles. So when we have two lines which intersect with each other, we will see four angles being formed. So the angles which are left and right are vertical angles. The angles which are up and down are vertical angles. So I repeat just one more time, a repetition of what we have learned. Adjacent angles are those angles which are next to each other. How do we define they are next to each other? That means they should have a common side and a common vertex. Linear pair is also one type of adjacent angle in which we have a common side, common vertex, but their non-common side forms a line. They should always be identified with the base line. You should have that base line up there, and the common side can be vertically, we can be straight, can be slanting anywhere, but you should have a baseline for that linear pair. And vertical angles are formed when two lines intersect with each other. You will get four angles being formed. So the top and the bottom are your vertical angles. The left and the right are your vertical angles. Now we will start with another angle, that is your complementary angles. Complementary angles are those angles which are those angles whose sum is equal to 90 degrees. The sum of two angles is equals to 90 degrees. You have two angles. If their total is equals to 90 degrees, that means they are complementary angles. What do you call that each angle in the sum of two angles, what you're using, which will be equal to 90 degrees? That it will be your complement angle. Each angle is called the complement of the other. So here are the examples. 47 plus 43. will together will make what? Will that make 90? 47 plus 43? Yes, it will make 90. So yes, they are complementary angles. Both the angles are complement of each other. If you add them, you should get 90 degree. Now we talk about supplementary angles. Supplementary angles are those angles whose sum of two angles is equals to 180. Supplementary means 180. Complementary means 90 degrees. That is very important to remember to do the questions related to this topic. The sum of two angles is equals to 180 degree. That means supplementary. What will be then each angle will be called? They are called supplement of each other. Let's look at angle C and B here. If I add C and B, do I get sum of 180? 137 plus 43. Is it equals to 180 degree? Yes, it is equals to 180. So in that case, they are supplementary angles. Now, let's look at the examples in your notes. Which one we will write? Just write C for complementary, S for supplementary, and N for neither. In geometry, remember the sine of a square on the angle is always equal to 90 degree. So there are two angles given to us. Where are those two angles? I cannot see it. I can highlight it. This is your one angle. This is your another angle. So there are two angles whose sum is equals to 90 degrees. So they are complementary. So I will just write C here. Next pair of angles, 100 and 90. The total is 190. So what do you think? Do we have any magical number 190? No, we have only two magical numbers, 90 and 180. So if it's 190, neither it is complementary nor supplementary. Do I see in the next picture a line here, a T-shape structure? Do I have a baseline here for this one? If it's a baseline, that means what? It is supplementary. For more clarification on the baseline, remember a straight angle is always equal to what? 180 degree. So this is your straight angle. So that is supplementary. Now we have 20 and 70. Together will make what? 90 degrees. So this is your complementary. 120 plus 60 again makes it supplementary. That is 180. So write down S. What is the implication? Let's look at the next picture. What is the implication of this line in geometry? That they both are equal to each other. Does it mean that they are complementary? No, they are equal to each other. One of them is 100, another one is 100. So it can be, the total will be 200. Neither it is 90 nor 180. So in that case, the answer is neither. If they are equal, that doesn't mean that their total will be 90 degree or their total will be supplementary, that 180 degree. So the answer is neither in this case. So we did a lot of examples here. Complementary, the sum is equal to 90 degrees. Supplementary, the sum is equal to 180 degrees. T-shaped structure, that means it is going to be 180 degrees. Now let's go to our next slide. Angle A and B are complementary. So whenever I will read question like this, that they are complementary, I will highlight it. First thing is to use a highlighter and say complementary. What does complementary tells me? Complementary tells me that they are equal to 90 degree. That they are equal to 90 degree. So which is the right setup to find out the measure of angle A and angle B? Angle A is given to me, angle B is given to me. Let's use here blue and pink highlighters. The purple highlighter is angle A, then we have angle B. What do you think will be the correct setup? I clearly said they are complementary. Let's look at the first one. 3x plus 2 plus 4x plus x minus 4 equals to 180. Do you think our 180 can be the correct answer? No, 180 cannot be the correct answer because complementary is 90 degrees. So I will cross this out. This is not my correct answer. Are they equal to each other, angle A and B? No, complementary never means that they are equal to each other. We always mean that the sum of two angles is equal to 90 degree. So the last one is our correct setup. Remember, the sum of two angles is equals to 90 degree. Now let's go to the next slide. Here it says angle A and B are supplementary. Again, these words, as soon as I read them, I will highlight it and remind my mind that, oh, supplementary means what? Supplementary means 180. So I will write that somewhere here, that supplementary means 180. So I do not get confused when I look at the options. So again, we have angle A, which is given to you 2x minus 20. Angle B is given to you as 3x plus 5. To solve for x, to solve for finding out the measure of angle A and B, what would be my correct setup? Should I add 2x minus 20 plus 3x plus 5 is equals to 180? Do you think that's a correct setup? The sum of two angles is equals to 180. Yes, supplementary means 180 degree, and if I add both of these angles, it should be equal to 180. So what about the next setup? The two angles are added, angle A and B, and we are saying that is equals to 90 degree. No, that's not the correct setup. Why not? Because supplementary means equal to 180. And neither in the case of complementary or supplementary, both the angles are equal to each other. So that's again a cross out option. Now, let's move on to the next slide. Linear pair postulate, very, very important postulate, which will say, again, I'll tell you the postulate means these are the facts, what you can directly use, no need to prove it. What does this fact says? Linear pair. If two angles form a linear pair, then they are supplementary. Let's look at this. This angle 1 and angle 2. This is your angle 1. This is your angle. Here it is angle 2. They are forming a linear pair because we can see we have a baseline here. They are supplementary. Why they are supplementary? I just told you in a previous slide that they form, they are forming what? A straight angle, that is 180. So From there, we concluded that angle 1 and 2 will be equal to 180. So linear pair, whenever you see it, it is equal to 180. What will be a linear pair algebraic setup? We said with what will be the linear pair algebraic setup? That means you will add both angles, angle 1 and 2 together, and it will be equal to 180 degrees. Angle 1 and 2 together will add up to 180 degrees. This is implied by linear pair postulate. Now, how we will do the vertical angle setup? If we have to solve for one of the angle of vertical angle, how we will do it? We clearly said in previous slides that vertical angles are formed when two lines intersect. How many angles are formed? There will be 4 angles will be formed. So the angles which are at the top and the bottom, which form vertical angles, are equal to each other. Angle 4 and 5 will be equal to each other, whereas angle 3 and angle 6 are equal to each other. That's what it implies in algebraic setup. Vertical angles means those angles which are formed by the intersection of two lines. The angles on the left and the right are equal to each other, and angles at the top and the bottom are equal to each other. Now, how we will use this information? First, let's identify which one is a vertical angle, linear pair, or neither. Angle 5 and 9. Let's highlight angle 5 here. This is your angle 9. What do you think is a connection between them? Are they forming by two lines intersection? No. One line, angle 5 ray is altogether on a different side, and angle 9 ray is altogether on a different side. Let me use a pen here, red color for angle 5. This is here. And blue, it's here. They're not intersecting, so they cannot be vertical angles. Do they have anything in common? Is there any side where we can see two colors? No, one has separate red color, one has blue color. So there is no common side. Angle 5 and 9 are neither. Neither they are vertical angles, nor they are linear pair. What about angle 1 and 2? Let's look at angle 1 and 2. Let me erase this. Let's use the highlighter. Here we have this as an angle 1. Okay. Then we have here we have angle 2. So do we have any side where we can have same color? Or is there any side where we have both the colors, the yellow and the green? Yes, there is one side where I can see both the colors. So that means they shared a common side. Do we have a baseline structure, like T structure, a baseline? Let's use this purple color to say that yes, there is one baseline. So what it is, they are forming angle 1 and 2. They have some common side and they have a baseline. Then in that case, they are forming a linear pair. What about now angle 3 and 5? Angle 3 is here. Angle 5 is here. Do you think they have anything in common? Angle 5 has a different baseline. Angle 3 has a different baseline. I cannot. Let's get this angle 3 straight. They do not have anything in common. So neither it's vertical nor it is linear pair. So angle 3 and 5 are neither. What about angle 1 and 4? Are they formed by two lines. Let's see. Let me erase this angle 3 and 5 here. This is your angle 1 and this is your angle 4. They are formed by two intersecting lines. And this is the top and this is the bottom. So these are your vertical angles. Angles formed by two intersecting lines. The top and the bottom is one pair of vertical angles. The left and the right is another pair of vertical angles. The angle 1 and 4 is your vertical angles. Now, let's look at how we will find out the value of x and y in the given figure. We just need to find out the correct setup. I look at the angle 9x plus 20 plus 7x. This is your 9x angle. This is your 7x angle. Are they forming a linear pair? Do we have a common side? A side where we have both the colors? Yes, we have a side. Let's label that side with red color. This is this common side. And do we have a T-line structure here? Right, we have a T-shaped structure. A baseline is there. So yes, it is a linear pair. And what is the total of linear pair angles which are next to each other, making a straight line? R is equals to 180. So my correct setup is this. I can solve for x by combining the like terms together and you can solve for x. Why not? I will use the second one. Let's see. Maybe that is also the correct setup. 9x plus 20 plus 2y. Let's erase this. This is your 9x plus 20 plus 2y. Miss Ahuja, here also we have a common side, right? We have a common side and it is forming a T structure. That yellow and green are forming one straight line. Yes, very true. We can use this setup. Yes, we can use this setup. But if you look at this, there are two different variables here. One is your x, another one is your y. One is x and another one is y. How you will solve one equation with two variables? You need for two variables, you need two equations. Your answer will be stuck in x and y. That's why we cannot use this setup. Same thing applies for 7x and 2y. 7x and 2y are equal to each other because they are vertical angles. They are opposite to each other. And one is left, another one is right. I can do it. I will say, yes, they are equal. I can use it for solving the values, x and y. But when I'll go further, what I will see, I cannot solve it. It will be stuck here only. 7x is equals to 2y. So that will also not be my correct setup. The correct setup will be in one variable, that is x, which is equal to 180. After getting if you solve for the x, you can put the value of x and you can solve for y too, if it is asking for it. Let's do it together and so that you know how to do it. So it is 9x plus 20 plus 7x is equals to 180. How you will solve for x? you will add 9x and 7x together. That will become 16x plus 20 is equals to 180. Now to solve for x, subtract 20 on both the sides. $16x is equals to 180 minus 20, that is 160. Solve for x, divide by 16, divide by 16, x is equals to 160 divided by 16, x is equals to 10. When you solve for x, you can replace the value of x in second equation. That will be 9 times 10. I can do it here so that I can replace it, the value here, so that it is more neater. Let's replace the value of x. Nine times 10 9 one second. Let me get it erased and then we'll get it out. Nine times 10 plus 20 when you solve for x. 90 plus 20, that will be 110. Now you can solve for y. 110 plus 2y is equals to 180. That will be your equation and you can solve for y. Or you can simply replace the value of x in any of the setup and you can solve for y. Now let's go to the correct setup for the next one. Find the values of x and y. As I told you earlier, it is important for setting up the equation in all x's or all y's. If I try to set up an equation with x and y together, it will be difficult for me to solve. So let's look at this angle here. This green angle and this yellow angle together. They are forming a linear pair. I will go ahead and write that equation. 4x minus 100 plus x plus 5 is equals to what? Is equals to 180. They are forming a linear pair. So when it is a linear pair, it will be equal to 180. Let me just turn off the camera so that I can have a neater handwriting here. 1 second, it's already turned off. So it will be 180. Now we will solve 4x plus x will give me 5x . 4x plus x is equals to 5x minus 100 plus 5 is minus 95. Is equals to 180. Now, to solve for x, you will add 95 on both the sides. Ninety-five cancels. You're left with 5x is equals to 275. Divide by 5. divide by 5. X is equals to 55. So if I get the value of X, I can solve for Y. 2. So this is the way we solve for X. How we will solve for Y? We will use the highlighter. This is your one angle. And this is your another angle in the blue. Together will make it 180. So 2y plus 3y plus 30 is equals to 180. So how we saw, I repeat again how we set this up. 4x minus 100 plus x plus 5 is equals to 180. So in this case, we added combined the like terms together. That is your 4x and x together. That will make it 5x. Negative 100 plus 5 will give me negative 95 is equals to 180. Add 95 on both the sides. So it will be, cross it out, 180 plus 95 is equals to 275. And then you can solve for x. Let me just erase this and do the part of y. Y and x together at one page so that you can all see what you have to do. So my first setup is this and this angle together, the 4x minus 100 plus x plus x plus 5 is equals to 180. To solve for x, I will combine the like terms together. 5x minus 100 plus 5. Negative 100 plus 5 will be negative 95. Is equals to 180. Now, to solve for x, you will add 95 on both the sides. Five x is equals to 275. 180 plus 95 is 275. To solve for x, divide by 5, divide by 5. X is equals to 55. Now how we will solve for y? The setup will be 2y plus 3y plus 30. Why? Because they are also forming the linear pair. So you will write down 2y plus 3y plus 3y plus 30 is equals to 180 because they are forming a linear pair. Now you can solve for y. Oh, it's actually, it is, let me just. $180. Solve for this equation and answer it in Edpuzzle. Now, the homework for today is on quizzes. The code is 601-01904. Go to joinmyquizzes.com and there you have to put this code. This code is also written up there on the Hub Planner where you can go ahead and read from there. Now, if we have a question like this, the link is going to be active till the midnight. So make sure that you're doing your questions and asking questions during the flex time. If you're not able to finish it during the midnight, you're not able to contact me, the link will be working till the office hours, like close to 2 to 3, next day, 3 o'clock. So next. If we have angle 1 is a complement of angle 2, major of angle 2 is 23. How do you find out angle 1 major? What you will use a setup here? You will use angle 1 plus angle 2 is equals to 90 degree. Now you can solve it. You have the major given of angle 2 as 23. Solve it like an equation and you can get the answer. Now, if we have a question like this, question number 3. angle 1 and 2. We're talking about only question number 3 here. If angle 1 and 2 are complementary, angle 1 is given to you 7y plus 4, angle 2 given to you 4y plus 9. What is the measure of angle 1? How do you find it out? You will have to write an equation. Complementary means what? It means it equals to 90 degree. So add angle 1, that is 7y plus 4, plus 4 is equal plus 4y plus 9 is equals to 190 degrees. You can solve the equation here and solve for y and then put the value in 90 degrees. This is 90 degree. Remember that complementary means 90 degree. Now, if we have a question like this, find the measure of angle KPL. How do you find out the measure of angle KPL? Let's use the highlighter here. KPL. That's what you have to find out. First, identify which type of angle pair is this. We have a straight line here. We are T-type structure. So they still together will make it what? A linear pair. So the sum of 2x plus 24 plus 4x plus 36 is equals to 180 degree. So here we have all the questions which you can see in the homework, or all the difficult questions which needs to be addressed before you take the do the homework have been explained in the video. Make sure that you are going on Quizizz.com and putting the code 601-01904 and do your questions up there. Show your work in your class notebook at the end of the worksheet packet. This is your last work for this unit. So show your work up there. There are 7 questions which are supposed to be done for the homework on the quizzes. Show your work so that you can get the credit for your homework. Remember, you should be able to do it by midnight of the same day when you are learning this topic. But if you have still questions, you do not know the answer, then you are more than welcome to ask questions during the flex time or come and contact me during the office hours. The link will not get deactivated by the next day of 4 o'clock. So please make sure that you are asking questions from your homework. Have a nice day. That's all for today.